worst that could have happened was me be recording that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's.
So I gotta.
Everybody's just.
Oh man.
It's all
I
right.
got a bone to pick with
Yeah.
Steve though.
Uh
I got a
oh.
bone to pick with
What's the
Steve.
bone?
Uh oh.
What's
So
the bone? I have a feeling I know what it is.
so it's
Is it?
it's
Is it
the
the
game
Axel
that you.
Foley movie?
No. It can be though.
No.
I mean that would be a blast. But no, it's actually the game you recommended, The Long Dark.
Yes.
So I couldn't get it on. It wasn't on Game Pass, so I got it on the PlayStation because it was on like PlayStation Plus or whatever. So I downloaded it yesterday and I start playing it. Right, and the game's awesome.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic, and I thank you for recommending it for me. But bro, so Adam, if you've never played it, it's like a survival game, right? Like you gotta find food and you gotta process the food and make the food. You gotta wear the right kind of clothes because the whole thing takes place like in Alaska, North Canada. Um, you've got to make sure that you sleep enough because if you don't sleep, then you can't carry as much stuff, and if you do, you're at a higher risk of of like falling or breaking your ankles or whatever, right?
Okay.
And the whole time you're trying to kind of solve this mystery, and I played it for like 4 or 5 hours straight. So no spoilers, but Steve, to your point, like I went to the first like town, and you start investigating stuff, and and you get the rope and the pearls from the mother, and you get the rope and you start climbing the mountains, and like I was like 6 hours, 7 hours into this, and I'm working my way through the mountains. I'm working my way through the mountains, and I forgot the bedroll back into town. So I'm stuck in the mountains because I can't walk anywhere. I've got a broken ankle. I had to throw away all my inventory because I couldn't carry that much stuff. And I was
Yeah,
just
too
like, bro,
encumbered.
yeah. And now I'm getting hungry and I'm cold. And so I get halfway through the mountains and I'm like, oh, there was that dude with the beard right at the beginning of the mountains. Let me go back and talk to him. I think he had a bedroll, but he didn't. So I get halfway through, turn around, go back to him, and realize I still couldn't sleep to rest and recover. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'll come back to this a
Oh
different day.
no.
I gave up, man. It was brutal.
That's
Oh no.
hilarious.
But you like the game though.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
actually really cool, man. It was a lot of fun. Like you're just kind of exploring and you're finding stuff, and then that leads you to another breadcrumb, and you get the you run over here and you talk to the guy from that escaped the bus, and then you get the key
yeah.
from the safe deposit box, and you got to do the safe cracking and all that. You got to go to the bank
Yeah.
manager's house to get the code. So it was like it reminded me of like those old kind of point and click adventures from when we were a
Yeah.
lot younger, right? It was kind of like that. Um, it was fantastic, super atmospheric. It was a lot of fun to play until I realized that I was essentially stuck and I was going to have to start all
It
over
can be
again.
That
it can be
sucks.
very unforgiving.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, it was.
unforgiving.
Oh my
It was
god.
very unforgiving, but it was fun. It was still fun. It was still worth it.
It is. It's a legit one of the funnest games I've ever played. One of the most ones I've
What,
ever had playing video games.
what's it
Yeah,
called?
the
The Long
long,
Dark. It's
yeah,
on
the
the
long dark.
Xbox. It's like $34.99 though.
The
It's
Long
in the
Dark.
store, but it's
Okay.
Yeah,
The Long Dark.
All right, I'll take a look.
There's an expansion that goes with it, like a DLC, like an
Right.
yeah,
additional. I haven't done that yet, so that's a whole other part of the game that I haven't even done yet.
yeah.
But 6, 7 hours in, yeah, you've met the gray mother or whatever, and the
Yeah,
dude off the bus, like you said.
yep,
And man, you'll get to a point where you'll like let's start sacrificing. Like, do I want to bring this or this?
right.
Do I want? You can only carry so much shit. Like, fuck, what
Yeah,
am I leaving behind?
yeah,
And
and
you hopefully
it's
get.
like, yeah, you got to hope that you're
But
not leaving the wrong thing, you know?
but if you leave something somewhere, it's always there. It'll be there
Oh,
in
that's
eight
true.
hours, 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if
Yeah,
you leave something, it's gonna be there. As far
it's,
as sometimes food won't because you got wolves and shit. Have you experienced wolves yet?
I did. I saw them, but I like stayed super clear, and then they ran off, and then I would go in after they ran away so I could get the meat and stuff off of the deer.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
have you'll have moments where you encounter them, whether you want
Okay.
to or not.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah, it
dude,
was.
I'm glad you're playing that, man. That's good. That's it's so much fun. Adam, you would
It,
love it. I think you'd like it's some time. You're gonna invest time though.
yeah,
Just some I mean, you have to. But
yeah, and
get you.
you walk slow. It's not Fortnite. You're not running and sprinting and sliding everywhere. It's It's a straight up slow walking through the
guys,
snow survival
You're
game.
truckers.
I'm not really sure where you expect me to be able to in my schedule, my day to
That's
day
what I'm saying.
busy
That's what I
schedule.
was trying to say. That's what I
I
was
don't
trying to say,
know.
man.
I don't know how I'm gonna find time.
Right,
I
right.
I move from the bed to the couch. Now come
It's
down
just,
here,
I
do
just
some
said
editing.
it is something you're going to spend time doing if you're going to
Yeah,
play it, because it's
yeah,
when you're in it, you're involved fully. I guess
yeah,
for it's very encompassing. Like it's very you kind of get absorbed into the game a little bit. You start. I don't know. I did anyway. I thought it
yeah,
was. I'm glad you're playing it. I think that's awesome that Mark's playing it.
yeah. It's
That's
it's
good shit.
very very atmospheric, and it's really easy to get sucked in, and especially if you're talking to to some of the characters, and you're like, a lot of these games like Skyrim and stuff like that always have like the little books and the notes and stuff like that you can read, but this is the only one where I actually read every single one of them that I found. Like you
Mm-hmm.
find the notes from, and it kind of gives you hints to like what happened and how it ended up that way, but it still doesn't tell you
Yes.
enough. It doesn't really
No,
give it away.
not at all. Just gives you
Yeah,
little
it
bits
was.
of breadcrumbs.
So
Yeah, exactly. Just
Breadcrumbs.
right, just breadcrumbs, man. But yeah, that was cool. That was about 6 or 7 hours of my day yesterday. It was awesome.
That is awesome.
so I have a
That's
confession.
fantastic. You're on your way to divorce.
Oh
Okay,
man,
that's fine.
Adam says he's got a confession
I
now.
have a confession, and it's on brand. It is
Okay.
so
Okay.
on brand for me. So we do the podcast last week or whenever, and I come downstairs and I start at cutting it up and getting ready to put it all together and make a pretty podcast out of it. And about 15 seconds in, I realized none of my fucking audio recorded.
Oh no!
Now,
All right.
1 ounce. You guys are perfect. Hence I don't know if you've paid attention. You can't hear anything. I literally had to
Yeah.
go through. Oh my! I literally had to go through and just make sure every reel wasn't obvious that you couldn't hear me. And even in the one I put on there, I was muted with exclamation points. But yeah. So that's the problem with not. That was the first time I've ever actually sat down to record something and not be live and have that instant feedback from the community telling me, "Hey, we can't hear a word you're saying." You guys
Yeah.
can hear me because my mic was turned on. I figured because my desktop audio was moving up and down, it was getting all the audio because it was running through the Discord. It, however, was not running through the Discord. So now it's a constant oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, is it on? It's on, it's on, it's all right, cool, we're good,
Yeah.
we're good, it's on. Yeah, so I've been dying. The one day I almost told Steve, I was like, man, dude, I fucked up. I was like, god damn it. So that's why technically episode number 1 has never actually been uploaded because
That's all right.
you
That's
can't
okay.
hear a fucking word I say.
It'll live in mythical status.
Yes,
in
exactly.
10 years.
It'll be the epic
Like,
episode
the first
1.
episode never even got in.
Yeah, it'll be the episode
Exactly.
that we only know about until I chop this all up in its
Yes.
reels. But yeah, I felt like such
Inquiring
a dumbass. I felt, and then
Inquiring minds will want to know where the first one is.
yeah. And
Like,
at that point, we were planning on having a podcast again in a couple days. Then sick and
Right.
ceiling leaking, and it kind of got pushed out
Sick.
2 weeks or whatever it
Dude,
was.
I'm still not 100% on. Still not.
Ah, man,
Still a little, but I'm a lot better.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was terrible. Kicked my ass.
Yeah, being sick sucks.
Yeah, poor indie girl had her birthday yesterday, and she was miserable the whole day. Her disposition was fine until she fell asleep for 10 minutes and then woke back up, and then she was a nightmare for. But outside of that, she never really showed any signs that she had a fever. She was pleasant. Yeah. She was just tired, and then and then we gave her some ibuprofen, and it went away, and She hasn't had one since, and today she was 100% better. Running around. She still didn't go to school, but she's going back tomorrow. We got our Valentine's Day dance.
Yeah, the youngest missed Monday and Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, and then he went back yesterday and today. So he's better now. But same thing, just he had sore throat, cough, just felt like shit.
Oh, general fatigue and
Yeah,
shitty.
yeah.
I forgot. I got a bet going. Let's see how it's working out. I forgot all about it.
Timothy will be 20 Monday.
No
That's
shit.
crazy, dude.
Wow.
And I had a 20-year-old Monday. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't know where the time went, but it
Yeah,
went, man. I'll tell you.
it,
Good
it's
God.
just it's gone. It's out in the ether.
Every time he brings it up, he's like, "Feel old yet? You feel old yet?" I'm like, "Yeah, yes,
Yeah, as a matter of
yes."
fact.
God damn it! I didn't win. Who
Oh,
failed?
bummer. Didn't know you were on the brink.
Dylan fucking Brooks, wasn't it? Dylan. Dylan.
See,
Oh, he
she's
must have got
better
hurt.
than Dan.
I got. Yeah. See. Hold on. I gotta. Oh well. Fuck Dylan Brooks. I should have known better. I should have never bet on him. That little bitch got the shit kicked out of him by Donovan Mitchell last year. It was one of my favorite moments in the whole wide world. Fuck him. Fuck his little bitch ass. I'll never make that stupid fucking mistake again. Shove it up your ass, Dylan Brooks. Bitch.
Wow.
Everyone here to Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. One bet. That's all it took. You know?
Yeah. It's over now. Adam's no longer a fan. I don't know who we're talking about, but I know he's mad at him.
So, last year, he used to play for the Memphis Grizzlies. And last year, him and Donovan Mitchell got into it, and he literally punched Donovan Mitchell in the dick.
Yeah.
And then Donovan Mitchell made him his bitch.
So,
right in the dick.
How out of the loop I am on all of this. You say he played for, what team was it? The Grizzlies?
Memphis Grizzlies.
I still don't know what sport we're talking about.
We're talking about foosball.
Okay, all right.
We're talking
that. You know what? I feel like that's fair for me to not know that.
No, we're talking about basketball.
Basketball. Okay. See that I've seen that movie enough times. I would have watched that if that was going on.
I've actually never seen it.
You've never seen basketball?
I've seen parts of it. I mean, I know it's weird because I'm the movie guy,
Yeah.
but I watched one today. Actually, I started it last night but fell asleep. It's Back in Action. It's on Netflix. Jamie Foxx and what's her name? Cameron Diaz.
Oh.
It was solid. It's entertaining. Action movie.
Yeah.
Wait, but you said
we've seen it before. It's it's like a typical action movie, I guess.
Yeah.
It was good though. I liked it. Got a Glenn Close in there. Glenn Close is involved. It's good stuff.
Big names.
Yeah. And also the guy who played Coach Taylor on Friday Night Lights. You ever watch that? It's a really good show. Yeah, Kyle Chandler, I think.
Give me 1 second. I can hear my TV. Can you guys hear my TV? My TV just got really loud for some reason. I'll be right.
Not at all. I'm gonna listen for it now though. Fucking asshole. Once I hear it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh man, it's gonna be over. Fuck that guy. Fuck him in the butt.
Yeah. Give me this fucking TV.
Oh man, that's
Fucking she is.
fucking wet Adam. That's what happens. The old wet ginger.
Wet Adam. Think something wet at him.
It's like the wet bandits from Home Alone. It's wet Adam.
Yeah. This is Wet Adams.
All right, let's go. Sorry about that. By the way, I have been recording for like the last 15 minutes, so that's all going to get used in some fashion.
Oh, yeah. You'll be all right then. You might hate us afterwards, but it'll be worth it.
I'm not overly like a big fan of the like my name's Adam World Order. You know, you got Mark. We got I like
Yeah.
I
Look,
like
man,
the
it's three guys just chopping
yeah
shit, man.
yeah
That's all
just
it's about. Just slinging shit.
slinging the
We'll
shit
save that for when we're really really popular.
right, which is
But
well, I give it
Get really good.
I give it 3 weeks.
right.
Three.
Right.
Hey, Mark, I'll have you know I have it on good authority that on by on March 1st, XRP will be $128 a token.
Okay.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're
Well,
Tired.
the ETFs
say
are
2017 called and wants its opium back.
the EFTs are dropping. Oh no, it's like
You fell too.
I don't know if we'll ever get to the 589 joke or anything like that, but like
Yeah.
$10, that's gonna happen pretty soon here.
Yeah.
The ETFs are dropping. Brad Garlinghouse is in with Trump. It's just a matter of time. They're gonna it should be on this first bill. I know they're talking about separating the tax bills, and they're past the one that's really easy, and they'll work on the other one. But I don't know where this would fall. But he also one of the plans is to not tax United States crypto companies. So like Dogecoin and XRP, XLM, XDC, like those guys. Aglorian, I think H bar falls into that. There will be no taxes, so you'll never pay a tax on your earnings on them.
Okay.
That's to kind of push Bitcoin out of the and the Ethereums and the foreign cryptos and really focus on United States innovation.
You remember how you felt about that conversation about Dylan Brooks, Mark?
Right here. Yeah.
Hey,
and the whole time I'm like, man, I've been so removed from crypto stuff for like 5 years that I'm like, okay, I'm getting about half of what he's saying, so I'm like smiling and nodding, But it's
that makes the three of us because you guys had your moment about the game.
Yeah, see, it works. Yeah. It works out. Yeah. It's all fun. It's all fair.
Well, now the guy with the giant dick, start talking now.
Oh yeah, that's got to be me.
Definitely ain't me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Well, we know the real champions suffer in silence, which is why Steve remained quiet the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Things bouncing in between his ankles.
Yeah. I got you, third leg.
Yeah, my guy.
That's right.
What they thought when I was born. Cal's got a third leg.
So I hit
leg, sir.
So I hit Steve up yesterday, and I go, "You guys fixing to whoop some ass in darts?" He said, "Nah, they had to reschedule." And I'm like, "What a bunch of pussies!" And he's like, "You're gonna want to take that back. One of their teammates is in the hospital and probably is gonna die." And I'm like, "What a fucking coward!"
Oh no!
I said, "I'm like, what a fucking coward."
Yeah. I'm like, fuck. I didn't even know what to say to that.
What do you want?
I say to that? I don't know what I said to that.
So bad.
100% of the time, if somebody wants to reschedule, I'm gonna call them a pussy because they don't want to lose to your team. I'm gonna say it 100% of the time. This is the one time it fails. Look, if I find what I'm gonna say funny, I'm sorry if it hurts somebody's feelings.
Say it.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna say.
I say 90% of what I say. I feel like for shock value.
I've decided to stop worrying about what people that don't give a flying fuck about me, what they think. Like, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna say what I want.
Well, what do they think doesn't matter anyway?
What?
Regardless of how they feel about me, what they think doesn't matter anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. It makes no difference. It doesn't affect you. You're not going to lose any sleep. You're going to still pay your bills, and you're still going to get on with your life, and you're still going to father your children.
Yep.
And like that doesn't affect none of that.
Right.
What people think. So who gives a shit?
Right. Who does?
I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Like they don't like you. I don't care. I don't care. They think you should do it this way. I don't care.
Oh, the soundboard is back.
The soundboard. We got a soundboard.
And for the record, no, I did not spend $1.99 getting Nitro, so I'm still cheap.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah, there you go.
Is it a monthly?
I
Is it
think
just
so, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably $2 a month or whatever.
Weird thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, it's 10.
Oh, it's 10.
10 a month, $100 a year. Yeah.
Holy
yeah, we're definitely not doing that.
For a soundboard?
Yeah. Well, for Nitro, for what is it, Discord Nitro or whatever. So there's some other features to it, but the soundboard is like any of the features that you click on that's related to it. It's like, oh, click here to get more of it. Like they're trying to sell it to you. Faster.
View all Nitro's perks. Let's take a look. It didn't pop up. I said view all the Nitro's perks. And it said nah, bitch. Oh well. No big deal. I'll take a look at it later. Hey, I mean, if it's $10 a month and somehow it's gonna make my life easier, make us money, then I'll think about it. But if it's just there for a soundboard and extra little features, like maybe I would consider it if it allowed for like commercial-free YouTube watching while we're using the app. So we're not watching something like together.
That. Yeah.
And I get a commercial and you two keep watching and I have no idea what's going on. I would, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, I would
at least give us the ads at the same time.
Like
right. Yeah.
Like if that was the case, then I would think about it because that makes something that I would like to do substantially easier.
I didn't dive into it too much. It's just every time I click on the sounds at the bottom, it says, get Nitro.
Right.
And I'm like, nitrous. Okay, we're doing nitrous. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's laugh. It'd be great. Yeah. Should be a good time, guys.
Used to have to go get the whippets at the porn store.
Yeah. That was the only place to get them for some reason. Like, why?
Oh, so weird.
Why did we have to go there to get them?
I mean,
that's so weird to me looking back.
I've never done a whippet before in my life. I just know they're at the porn store because I went to a porn store to go get porn. Like,
but why?
Well, why? Why? I mean,
his trip to the porn store had nothing to do with whippets.
It was before the porn machine in the pocket.
They just happened to be there.
It was.
What were the real circumstances surrounding this trip?
He was on a quest for smut.
Yeah. It sounds like Steve has picked up on something. Steve smells a rat. He's discovered there's more lore to the story here.
You're looking for that rancid kitty biker naked chick porn.
Yes.
Did you do the little quarter booth?
They didn't have
Did you do the little quarter peep show booth?
They didn't have one there. One across the street from the fun parks.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been there.
You didn't?
We had one on Vine Street.
Where was that at on Vine Street?
Genie's is now.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It'd be closer to the other end by the older store, by the old store, but on the other.
I mean, I know where Genie's is at. Didn't she just pass away? Something
like that. Yeah.
Going way off on. Yeah, it was.
Hey, I'm just listening to the lore. That's it.
The old days of going to the porn shop.
Yeah.
I was like, we would
to get whippets.
No.
Let's make it clear. We went for whippets. You went for porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went for smut, Mr. Zabo.
I had every intention of going home and jerking off after going to the porn store.
Well, own it. I appreciate you owning it.
That's the business right there. Is Zabo Smut. Zabo's House of Smut.
The What Adam Smut. The Zabo Glide.
Oh,
the whole thing.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Like a slug. Leave the trail. Everywhere he goes.
Just a trail of moisture.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Pieces
Yeah.
of salt, so I can down the size. Or do they expand? That's what it is.
Bro,
Doesn't
what?
salt make them expand?
Why is
I
the
thought it made it shrivel up, dries them out,
Maybe
right?
that's what it is.
why is the floor sticky?
One of the two. Sticky?
Why is the floor
Oh man,
sticky?
see? Because
Huh.
you're
Sorry, I
moist.
just came.
Yeah, shoot.
I
We should pick like a drink of the week and have a drink sometimes with these things. I don't
Yes.
drink a lot,
I
but
Yeah.
I I was telling Sawyer's like, I can't wait to watch your podcast, and I'm like, babe, no.
Send
yeah,
her
you're not
the
watching
PG
it.
clips, the PG clips.
You can't watch anything.
No, no,
Mm-mm.
man.
No,
Nothing good's coming out of that.
no, no.
Your dad's gonna say
No.
things.
He doesn't ever want you to hear him say, ever.
That you'll never recover from.
No.
Uncle Steve is gonna say things that he doesn't ever want you to hear him say. We don't
Steve,
want that.
Steve, have you seen
We
the
don't
new
want to go
bel-
down that road.
Have you seen the new belts on the wall yet? Right here.
I'm pretty sure which one's new. You got
This one?
you've had them all up there.
Did I?
Yeah,
I didn't.
I watch your
Oh, that's
Genesis
right.
content on me.
Well, no, I didn't have them for most of this. I did have them for the new ones though, because we hadn't done a
Well, there you go.
podcast
That's all
since.
it takes is one. Oh, all it takes is one.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that I actually put the stuff on social
I
media.
support the content, man.
Yeah.
I support the content.
I forgot that I actually put this stuff out on social media.
See, Adam, you may not believe it, but we do watch the things that you post sometimes.
Once in a while,
I'm trying to find the
they just
right.
show up in my feed. So I'm like,
I'm trying
they
to
show up in my feed. I feel obligated.
Yeah.
That's ideal. I've tried my best not to. I've posted them places I'll post them on the AWO page, the Diehards AWO VIP page. I'll post them there, and I'll post them and I'll share them like that. But I used to spam send out all my videos, and I've only done that after they have been out for a while, and it's from people that hey, I need your please. Come on.
Yeah.
Emily, where you at? Why haven't you liked this yet? What the hell's your problem,
Yeah,
lady?
give me some likes, give me some hearts, give me some
Right.
stuff. Engagement, post engagement. That's what they call it.
Get us in the algorithm. The TikTok, our ones on TikTok did really well. I was really happy with how many views we had on those. And then I had to run a string of more wrestling related ones, and those and they picked up this week a little bit. But yeah. I can't wait to get this broken down and actually have a podcast that I could finally upload with the Steve, Cram Slednar,
Yeah.
Yes.
Suspect Mark.
And
Yeah.
the wet end.
See, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah.
I mean, chapter
No,
11.
you're good, you're good.
An actual chapter 11 podcast that I can actually upload.
Yes.
I'm so excited for that. So.
We'll have one, and we have one hidden one.
Right.
Just
Right.
just between three of it. It's like the top secret Wu-Tang album that somebody has but is not allowed to release. It's the same thing.
Well, that's that Skrelly, Martin Skrelly, right? He got that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's it's in the vault.
Yes.
Stay in the
Yes.
vault.
It's in the
forever.
vault.
Is
I feel like we need a real representation of a vault that we just put stuff into.
Yes. Get on, Adam.
That's
Get
where-
a vault.
Yeah, get a vault, Adam.
what I'll
Get
do
it
is
going, man.
I'll have a change of screen, so you'll have to trust me.
Okay.
In the recording, we'll say throw it in the vault, and I'll click a button, and it'll do a transition. Of something
Click a button and the camera pans to a trash can, and it's just ideas getting thrown in the trash can. It's the ultimate suggestion box.
The garbage.
Here, write that down for me.
Oh man,
I got a spot for
that's
it.
awesome. That's awesome.
So what's
Oh,
new?
man.
Shit, man. We're all unemployed.
We're all
Yeah.
unemployed.
Tim's gonna
You're all filling out your 2
That's when
applications every
Chapter
week?
11 comes into play, man. We got Chapter
Yep.
11.
Y'all filling
it.
out your 2 applications a week?
I fill
Yeah.
out several a week.
Several a week?
More than
Several.
2.
Just because
For the record, I do a lot.
Do
I
you
do a lot. I do everything I'm supposed to do as per required by
Right.
law.
That's
Yeah, and
that's
then
why
some.
I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
And then some.
What I do want to know though is,
I'm a good noodle.
do they text you?
They do. So I actually did it that way this week. So
So
they
awesome.
text me every week, and I used
They
to
didn't
just
ask you
use
for
that.
more information?
No,
No.
I used to use that as a reminder, like, oh shit, I got the text. Let me go do my thing. But this time it's just hit 1 to say yes, you want to file, and then 2, I think, to confirm that that you did the activities
Yep.
and you weren't employed and you didn't make money or something like that. And then it's done. So it's way easier than having to log in each time.
So much easier.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gets to me quicker too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, money's usually in my account by Monday evening.
When do you usually do it? Do you do it on Sunday?
Sunday at 10:30.
Yeah.
Every 10:30 every
Yeah.
Sunday, I get the text message.
With my coffee.
I press
I
1
wake
and I
up in
press
the morning
1.
Sunday and do it with my coffee.
What day was it? Tuesday. Yeah, same day for me. I usually do it on Sunday and I get it on Tuesday.
I noticed it
That doesn't
usually on Tuesday. I just happened to look at like 8 o'clock one night and I'm like, oh my God. Like, beautiful. I had money.
Yeah.
I had money.
Money, money, money.
Man. Killed it. Killed that shit.
Nailed
Hell
it.
yeah. That's right. Nailed it.
So what do you guys think of Doge?
I don't, let's see what happens.
Well, they filed for they filed for an EFT today too. So you got a Dogecoin EFT coming, and an XRP EFT coming from Grayscale. So buy your Dogecoin.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's probably still pennies at this point, or tenths of a penny. What's the current price of Doge?
28 cents, 29 cents, right around there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was a major blunder on my part. I'd have been loaded if I'd held on to that. But
oh my God, dude! I tried to day. That's why I'm so afraid to try to do any of that day trading shit, because I had like 30 grand or 30,000 Dogecoins at one point in time, and tried to day trade it and fucking got absolutely wrecked. I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing that shit again. Absolutely never doing that again.
Yeah, I didn't even try and day trade it. I think I can still find it on my Robinhood. I bought it and I held it for a couple of years. And I bought it and it was hundreds of a penny or something like that. And then when it spiked for, what was it, 70 or 75 cents when Elon was on SNL, it popped up.
Yeah.
And I would have had hundreds of thousands of dollars if I had kept it.
Damn.
But
yeah.
I'm, as Alex Jones once said, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, man, dude. No, I make that shit. The gay frogs.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. What I saw.
That stings a little. I can tell. I can tell by the awkward pauses when Mark tells the story.
Yeah, no, yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them just hurt, and some of them just hurt.
It's a kick in the nuts for sure.
Yeah, I bought it at 0.2 of a penny.
Oh God.
Yeah, see, like you actually bought that and owned it. I used to buy these scratch-off tickets, the same scratch-off tickets every fucking Tuesday, because I was off Wednesday, so I pick up beer and shit at the store, and I'd always grab 2 scratch-off tickets. And this guy I always buy 2, and if I didn't win, I'd buy 2 more, and I'd be done no matter what happened. And in between me buying my second 2, somebody bought the same ticket and won 20 grand, and I felt like he took my 20 grand. Does that make sense?
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But that was my ticket.
No, it does.
I was gonna buy that ticket. I was 100% gonna buy that ticket.
Yeah.
and he hit for 20 grand, and I wanted to punch him in his face.
Yeah.
I think about that now, and I didn't actually own that ticket. You actually owned the Dogecoin.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, it's even worse
guys,
because I owned it, right?
Guys, I mean, a guy sold how many Bitcoin for pizza? And
Oh yeah, yeah.
And remember, there's a guy with like 100 Bitcoin in a landfill somewhere. So
Yeah,
it
he
could
wants to buy the whole landfill.
always, it could always be worse.
He wants to buy the whole landfill.
I don't blame him. I don't know why they.
No, me neither. But like that's I mean, fuck.
Somebody already found that shit. Well, no, because you have your codes and stuff, so before you could really do anything with it.
Yeah, so I had 270,000 coins. So I would have sold it at the peak for $202,000.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's. So anyhow, yeah, I don't do crypto anymore. So that kind of put an end to that. It's like, oh man, between that and that whole disaster with Celsius, man, get hit by that Ponzi scheme, and yeah.
Is Doge completely defunct now, or?
No, it's still around. You can still get it. Is that
Dogecoin?
I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
It's coin.
Yeah,
it's
at
20,
it's at 26 cents.
Yeah. 26 cents? Really?
Yeah, 20.
That low?
Yeah. Yeah, 26. You can see it. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but yeah, it's 26 cents.
You said you bought it at hundredths of a penny.
Yeah.
Per share. Well, what would that get you? That's got to get you 10.
Yeah, even if let's see. So if I still had I had ended up selling it for way cheaper. But
you did sell it already.
Yeah, so I don't have it anymore. But if I did, it'd be a third of the 202. So what, 60, 70 grand, something like that. Yeah.
It's still. I
I
mean, it's still.
didn't get a part
You gotta. That's still a come up, though. That's still such a nice come up.
Oh yeah, it would have been fantastic, but I sold it for way. Let's see what my dumbass did with this. Let's see. Where's that market sell? Where's the big one? 7th, not that one. I sold it for $300, $391.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good.
No, it was not. It was not. I mean, at the time, it was $400, and it was gonna be great. But
at least I got a free Vegas trip out of mine.
Oh no, that's a different one. That's a different one. So hang on. So I sold. Okay, so at the peak, I had 333,000 coins. So let's do some more math here. I didn't realize I could add it up that way. So 300,000 times 0.75. So that would have been 250 grand, 249,750, and I sold it for $1,000. It went from 0.002 to 0.003 is when I sold it. And if I had just held on to it, then I'd have a slightly better webcam right now. So I could probably buy some eggs.
Still wouldn't have nitro though,
Yeah, exactly. At that point, I could probably splurge for the Discord Nitro and the Twitch Premium or Twitch Prime, whatever it is. Oh man.
He would have bought.
So that was.
He would have bought a Lambo.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably would have. That would have been sick.
I probably would have.
Yeah, hell yeah. Win Lambo.
Yep. One Lambo, pulling up to the freight in a freaking Ferrari. Why not?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
Tie a mattress on this. Tie a mattress on top of it.
Tie a mattress to the top of it. Pull in the parking lot, drive right over the parking lot diaper, just
come in dead center tax time, hell yeah. Yeah, I was really surprised how nationally known that was. The diaper thing. Like I thought that was I thought that was a Cleveland thing. I was really surprised
I thought so too.
when I saw that.
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah. We at one point all the DMs had a group chat way back in the day, and it was kind of going around, and we would all send stuff like that. So that's probably how they figured it out, was me talking shit, and then Ian gets a hold of it and put that up there. I thought that was funny though, but that shit is real, man. It's the
Yes, it
McDonald's
is.
bags filled with garbage and just
Yeah.
God, you gotta clean the parking lot twice a day at tax time, man.
Yeah,
It's
it was
nasty.
gross. Worst of the worst.
God forbid it was windy. Then
Oh
you get
man,
pigeons and
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
You go.
Yo, but it was
Yep.
weird because I saw that post and it kind of made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Like it was like,
Yeah, it's like, oh,
ah, man,
tax time diaper. It's the parking lot diaper.
I should be getting ready to make a lot of money.
Yep.
Tax time. When tax time was money. It was
Yeah.
good stuff.
That was.
Yeah.
That first one we had at the new store was awesome. I was just pumping out 70 grand pay period, but there were nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you guys had it like one good one, I think, and then something always happened every year. That kind of prevented it. But
I'll still never forget in the old building. I'll never forget in the old building. That big giant warehouse was so goddamn full, and nobody got their tax returns until like, what was it?
way late.
Oh my god! So like we had this little tiny aisleway from
Yep.
the registers all the way back to the garage doors, all the way in the way back, and you would literally warehouse would literally have to climb over, pick something up over. Oh god, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
I get like the 1,000-yard stare just thinking about it.
Oh my
You
god!
but you had stuff. Shit was in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you had it. You could ship it right away, man. It was there ready to go.
Like some of the funnest days ever, man, are just cranking out $3,000 tickets.
Oh hell yeah!
You have like a 12, 15 grand day, and everyone you talk to is cool. You know what I mean? You didn't get them often, like you get pains in the asses, but you just get a bunch of people that just come in and they need shit, and you help them find shit.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, we're showmen in the sense. You should tell me what you want, I'll show you where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. No, those were the most fun days, and that made up for struggling through the entire hot, sweaty summer with low volume, and then you get a little bit busier in August and September, and then you're freezing in December and January and the first part of February, and then all of a sudden it's finally worth it.
Yeah.
This
is why I'm here.
I almost miss it. I almost miss it.
I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah,
that was all right.
Yeah.
That was all right.
And back when everybody knew that was the most important part of the business,
Right. Make the money. Make the sale.
Just everybody get out of Steve's way. Let him go make some money.
Right. Or whatever store you're in. But I mean,
yeah. I mean, but that was the whole thing. It was like, okay, and that's why I always ended up in the warehouse so many times. It was like, okay, so where am I actually going to be the most effective? Like, you got 6 people on the sales floor. Like, okay, I could answer a phone every once in a while, but at some point you just take them off the hook anyways. So you'd have 6 people on the floor, but you still only ever got 3 or 4 warehouse guys. Even like I remember one time in Parma 50, Marley hired like 15 warehouse guys. Like I told him just go bonkers because they had all the containers and all the kind of stuff in the back.
The nightmare.
So he hires like 15 people. Well, then 9 of them get sick. So no matter what happens, you never had enough warehouse guys. Yeah. And it was me and Ryan was the store manager there. Marley was the ASM, and we're running to the containers, grabbing furniture. Thank God the parking lot was frozen, so you could just push the couches across the ice. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And we're just sweating, and it's snowing, and it's raining, and it's miserable. It was awesome, man.
Mark's tying a pallet to the front of his Dodge Ram to plow for.
Yeah. That was the dumbest shit I ever. That was probably one of the stupidest things I ever did. But
that's old.
But it's like
that's like big. Yeah, when I started. That's like that's old. That was a long time.
I have the video of that somewhere. At some point, Teddy found it and sent it to me. But It was
was it?
just
It was
ridiculous, man. Yeah,
it was the
because
pilot.
it
It
was
was
the
the
pilot,
pilot.
and
It
I
was
had
the
it on the
pilot.
back of the
Yeah.
pilot, so I was in reverse trying to plow snow with a pallet tied to my bumper, and it was just and for what? Because I couldn't wait 2 hours for the plow to actually show up. You know what I mean? Like it was that constant. I had to be moving, had to be doing something. That constant
Yeah.
urgency to make progress in some way,
Right.
and I should have just sat there, just taken a fucking chill pill, and
It didn't go
gone.
well, huh?
Yeah, should have just gone to the gas station and got a beer and then relaxed.
Go over to Circle K and grab a Tornado
Yeah,
or a P3. And,
those freaking Polar
Yeah.
Pops, man.
oh,
Those
Well, I
that,
damn
lived
Pol.
on there for like a year and a half
Yeah.
or whatever, 9 months. That's
Hmm.
all we did was P3s and the shiitake mushroom sectional.
the
Yep.
shiitake mushroom. You know that
Team
Yep.
shiitake, man.
you know that Hardee's is a Starbucks now.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they just
Yep.
it
Man.
might not even be open yet.
Is it open yet? I'm
Uh,
not sure it's open yet, but
yeah, I don't know if it's open
they got
yet.
the
It's been a
signage
while
up and
since
shit.
I've been that way. Yeah, I thought
That's
maybe
It'll
funny.
do well. Though.
I thought there'd be a chance that like I'd go back and see if like I could still get into the store, see if they change any of the codes or anything. And the instant I locked that door, like I never thought of it again. Like I'm like
Yeah.
fuck every last. I was
Yeah.
I made sure I was the last person out of the store though. I made sure I was the last
There you
person
go.
out of the store.
There you go.
Locked the door and never fucking again.
It was like the last episode of Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I looked
Yeah.
around,
He's
Yeah. Just
standing
standing in
there.
the empty room. Yeah.
tear rolled down my eye.
Yep.
It was,
Mhm.
I
Dude, I
got
remember when I first got the keys to the building, and I went to that Hardee's and I got a buffalo chicken sandwich, which was amazing for a heart attack in a bag.
yeah.
And then I opened up the back garage door and I pulled my car in that Silver Pilot. I pulled it into the bay, like not the far back, but like the middle where
Mhm.
like you could kind of drive through.
Mhm.
Because I originally I wanted to do it where it was drive-through tie downs. So you would drive up to the counter and then we would tie your stuff down inside the building and then you could pull out with it. Was the way I wanted to do it.
Yeah, man.
How cool that would have been cool, right? So the problem was then you get these, we start talking about it and like, well, what do you do with the redneck in a giant jacked up diesel, and he's trying to roll coal in the middle of the store and all that kind of shit. It's like, okay. So maybe that's not the best idea, but that was the original thought was have them, have people pull in, you could tie it down. You got cameras everywhere, it's safe, nobody's going to be grabbing stuff and, whatever. And it's a little bit of a different experience than anywhere else.
That would have been
But,
excellent.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It would have been cool.
I mean, I would have said,
yeah.
I would say, why kill a
That's so
great
true.
idea? Why kill a great idea for the exception?
Well, exactly, right? And so what ended up happening was the fire marshal. I don't think it was Drake because he's East Lake and it's
Right.
the other side of the bridge. I think it was a different guy. Because originally the whole showroom was supposed to be in where the warehouse was.
Right.
And then all the stock was going to be up front in the offices and the little rooms and all that kind of stuff. That would all be stock. And then the actual showroom would be set up the right way, according to what the standards were at the time, the rows and all that kind of stuff, and the bedrooms down one wall and all that. And all that would be in the back, aside from that last little area where there was like that half wall, like the half high cinder block wall to the back dock. That would still be like mattresses. And then, the crown room would still be the crown room and all the offices upstairs would hold stuff. So we kind of had it figured out. But the problem was the warehouse didn't have sprinklers in it. So it couldn't be an area that customers regularly accessed. So the only customer facing area that they were allowed to use was the part up front because to put the sprinklers in was going to be like 120, 130 grand to change out the sprinkler heads and up the pressure and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, could we have done it down the road eventually? Maybe, but, you're not going to put that much into it if you don't know for a fact. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially in a building that you don't own the building, you're paying rent on it, so you're not going to put any money into it like that. So that's how that transpired. That's how that went down. Yeah.
What a turd of a building, too. Actually,
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so many good memories there, though. But yeah, turd of the build, freezing cold, super hot in the fish tank during the summer.
Dude, yeah, it was so awful, man. Just the sun in the window and the heat. It was always hot, so hot. Even in the wintertime, the front was just miserable.
You remember when the lady just came in and grabbed the pillow and had
The
it?
zigzag.
The zigzag fin just dipped out.
Yeah.
Like, just walked in, looked over at the zigzag, grabbed it, 3 pillows or 2 pillows or whatever, and left.
Just,
Like that's when
Like, what was
the
that?
customers really calling you on it. Like, you know, we ain't gonna do shit about that. Just take
Yeah.
it. Just take whatever you want. Like, what are we gonna do?
Just
Freak
go
out
in
over
there and
a
grab
pillow?
it. Okay.
Yeah.
And she did. She went, walked right in there and grabbed it. It's hilarious.
yeah.
It was so
Wild.
funny. Like, all right, whatever. Enjoy your pillows, lady. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, so
And what was the deal with? There was something with the dumpsters. Like the trash kept blowing out of the dumpsters, and we used to get phone calls and have to send the warehouse guys out to go pick up the trash from along the fence or something like that. There was something with
Yeah.
that.
I
Something out back
remember
was a
one.
problem. Yeah.
I remember we had the semis out back there, and they used to buy us lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind
Well,
of
for
one of
letting,
those.
letting stay there.
Under the back
Yeah,
door.
to let them park overnight and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And it was weren't supposed to do it, but you know, it's, whatever, man. Turn a blind eye. Let them buy you guys lunch. I'm not gonna sweat that stuff.
Right.
Right.
And as
Yeah,
long as they weren't
keep it
there,
easy, but
like, all the time, I didn't care.
yeah,
But then the police would come through and tell them they have to go eventually, so then they kind of
Yeah.
got put to an end.
Well, that's when even people would ask us at the news store, like, care if we, no, go ahead. But if the cops ask you to come, there's nothing we can do about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Yeah, I
to
don't care.
leave,
Yeah.
they got to leave, but we don't care. That was generally how we played that.
yeah,
When
Yeah,
they're parking
just-
for the night,
just-
we don't care. But if the cops ask you to move, you got to move.
Just
yeah.
don't make me regret it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, hang out as long as you want. Just don't make me don't make me regret saying that.
Get the phone
Oh,
calls.
man.
Get during the summer. Speaking of hot, getting the phone calls every single night, or because one of the doors were for sure unlocked.
Yeah.
Every night, because we had 7,500 doors, and one
Yeah,
of them were for sure gonna get missed.
that was the most expensive set of keys I've ever had to buy. I think that was like $600 or $700 to get all the keys and the locks changed
Oh
for
my
that.
God.
That would could just again because there was so many doors. You know, there's 3 sets of doors in the front. There's 2 man doors on the sides. Then there's the crown door. Then there's the other crown door. Yeah, and then the in between doors. They wanted locks for some of those too, and it was stupid.
Or
So crazy.
uh, remember the old guy in the brand new Escalade that was beating me up for a discount?
Drove right into the curb. Yes, I remember that. Yes.
It was a telephone pole. It was like right at the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's what it was. Yeah.
It was the best thing I've ever seen. This dude is hassling me about his layaway. Like, look, everybody and their mother knows that if you want a discount, you don't have to work that hard to get one from me. Like,
Right.
but I am not going to discount your layaway. I am not going to discount your layaway. You want a discount? I'll give you a discount, but you gotta pay full. You gotta pay for it right now. I'm not discounting your layaway. And he goes out and he does his freaking turn and goes right into the fucking telephone pole or whatever. It was fucking hilarious. In his brand new Escalade.
Yeah.
That's the best revenge you could have got for getting beat
Yeah.
up about a discount on the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Far exceeding your expectations,
Right.
for sure. Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't have done nothing better than that's fantastic.
Priceless. That's absolutely priceless. That's peak customer right there.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Vicky Goggins.
Oh,
I don't-
Jesus.
Yeah. I remember that one. That's there's only like a handful that I really remember in that, but that's one of them. And it's probably just because we talked about it so much.
Oh
but
yeah.
like, you know, that was a classic. Hey, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Well,
We'll figure it out.
I was trying to explain to Emily the other day, you never remember the great customers' names. When you remember a customer's name, it's because it was either we screwed something up, or they were terrible. Or they
Yeah.
were absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And so but like I have a bunch of great experiences with customers. There's customers that I would see tomorrow, give a big hug to, give them a high five, And like really,
Yeah.
I mean, there's Yarger, John, John and his wife. Like I remember them, but I also they're kind of like we talk outside like now, but like outside like but I don't remember the good customers' names. But like every single bad one I remember, all the bad ones.
They always picked everything up on a flatbed, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. They always bought a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I might not remember all their names, but I know the faces. And generally, like if I'm out in the world and I see somebody, and I have that spark of like I think I know them from somewhere, I know I sold them stuff. Like that's just
Oh, yeah.
I've learned that that's where it's from, you know.
I've had people
And it's
flat out like, he sold me my couch. He sold me my mattress.
Mhm.
He sold me my fridge. He's whatever. Like it happens all the
Yeah.
time, man. All the
yeah,
time.
Yeah, I always get
Awesome.
worried that I'm gonna be like at
There's
one
a
of
lot of
Connor's
places, there's a lot of
basketball
people.
games.
yeah,
I always get worried that I'm gonna be at like one of Connor's games or something, and my parents gonna recognize me and be like, my couch broke. Like, I have a warranty.
Probably warranty.
What do you want me to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, I don't know
We're
what to tell you.
closed. I don't know what to tell you.
That's
My-
funny.
Yeah,
I
lost
used
the
to
whole job.
I used to really worry about that, like when I would go like to the fair, to a bar, or something like
Right.
that. Somebody's gonna give me a hard time because I wouldn't give them a refund or whatever the policy was at the time. And I used to actually get kind of halfway stressed out about that to where like I would, if I was going somewhere after work, I would bring a different shirt to wear. You know what I mean? Because
Just
I
in
didn't want to
case.
walk around in my
Yeah.
freight gear or whatever, just in case, right?
Right.
Stupid parent, like literally for no reason. Like I probably should have been smoking weed. I would have been way more chill about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like,
Or whatever.
but I wasn't. You know, I was stressed out, worried about it, whatever. And I've never had a bad experience outside of work. You know, even the people that recognize me or whatever, never ever had an issue. You know?
Always been 100% fine.
Yeah. Like you might have that one dude at a bar that's like, hey, I'm kind of having problems with my couch. Can you hook me up? Like, yeah, just come in tomorrow. We'll take care of it for you know whatever. But even that was few and far between.
That never really happened.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
it's
had
never
people
it's
like
never
that
what you
sold
think it's
stuff
gonna be.
too.
Yeah.
People I've sold stuff to that got a protection plan or something on it. Like, my such and such is broken. I only bought it about a year and a half ago. Come on in, we'll get you squared away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll give you a copy of the receipt and show you what you got to do.
We'll get
And
it figured out
that's
for
the
you.
worst it's ever been outside of work. That's the worst it's ever been. There's never been worse than that for me. It's always like, hey, you sold me my sectional. You sold me my fridge. You sold me my bedroom furniture. You sold me my mattress.
Son of a bitch.
How's it working out? Yeah, how's it working out? That's where the conversation
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's like, oh man, I'm
You
glad you had fun
you
buying
bought the
it. And you don't say anything about how it's
$200
doing. Yeah.
mattress, the deluxe.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. You bought the. I don't even remember what it's called.
Wait,
Monster Plus.
you got a 9515 frame sectional? Ah, shit.
Yeah.
You got the shaker smoke?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Ugh. Yeah, I got it too. A whole bottom fell out.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful. Definitely should have picked a different one. Should have picked.
Yeah, terrible. Probably shouldn't have bought the one that was $498. That could seat a family of 12. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. What'd you think you were getting?
Well, you know, that $39 is only going to go so far when it's 39 each piece. You know, you might have to stretch that one out a bit.
That's false advertising.
Yeah, dude, that was. And it's so funny because it wasn't false advertising at all. It was,
No.
I mean, okay, it was a little bit
Misleading.
not awesome, but
Yeah, it was
I
shitty.
would,
It was
Yeah,
worse like each piece starts at,
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they didn't understand.
Because, and then you're trying to show them, and then they understand, but then they're pissed because they fell for it. So they're going to be a little bit more of a dick about it because they fell
Well,
for
and
it.
that's it. I think most of the time they weren't mad at us; they were mad at themselves for having gotten. They felt got. They felt like we got one over on them or whatever. But,
And I mean,
Right.
shit, I've been there too. I remember one time I got a mailer, and it was you pull tabs for a car dealership,
Okay.
and I pulled
Yeah.
away, and it said I won $5,000, and I'm like, oh shit! And all you have to do is just show up here. Of course, I didn't actually read the fucking fine print.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got
Yeah.
pissed. They wanted to give me $5,000 towards a car, and they're like, "Wait, you think we're just gonna give you $5,000?" I go, "You said I want it."
Right. Yeah. Store credit only. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then it's that change in expectation between what you think it's going to be and then what it ends up being is that's where the devastation happens.
Right.
The letdown. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Where it's like, and you never know like the person's situation at that moment. Like, they could have had their family could have had an emergency, and they're having to bring on kids, and they need mattresses for them. So they see $200 or $100 twin size mattress set.
Yeah.
Or $49 twin size mattress set, and not realizing it's it's this thick, and
not a mattress. Really, it's not.
And it's $49 each piece, and then they thought they had the answer, and now they don't. So then,
kind of. It took. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, thankfully, like I could kind of wiggle around with like occasion. I was able to, I got bunkies. You need something? I got bunkies.
Right.
Those are 60. I think they're like 69 at that time for the 4-inch bunkie, or $79 at that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, bunkie helped me out a few times.
Yeah, a bunkie in a frame.
Yeah,
bunkie in a frame with no box spring. Yeah.
Like just like something for you, But then if they were dicks about it, I'm like, sorry about your luck.
Yeah. It all depended on how they handled it.
Yeah. Attitude is everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, we can give you the sauce all day long, but if we don't get any back, then, you're just throwing onions in the tomato sauce. Eventually it's going to taste like onions.
Right. I can't tell you how many times I had customers say, why are you talking to me like this? And I'm like, because that's how you're talking to me. I'm just giving you what you're giving me. I'm here to help you. If you don't want my help, then I'm going to hang up the phone. But you're going to stop talking to me how you want to talk to me.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, you tell him, Adam.
Yeah.
You tell him.
Mark's like,
get him.
Fuck, he really said that shit?
Yeah, I know you said that shit. Come on, man.
I know.
Yeah. It's a wonder we never got sued for the three of us.
Oh my god. Well, I had a Taekwondo guy come try to murder me because I was pissed off about one rail. And I said, corporate has us on this fucking stupid or something to that.
Yeah.
He swore to him, not at
Yeah. And,
like he was swearing.
Oh my god. And he thought, oh my lord, he came up to the store and
demanded to talk to Adam.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And he was insistent.
Oh, and
he
like
wasn't leaving
and like
talk to him.
and like I can't like I approached him like look, I wasn't, I apologize. I tried to like explain. I mean, he wanted nothing to do with it. He gave me about like, you're a fucking pussy. I don't know. I was like, you can go away now. Just get out of my store. Call the cops. Get him out of my store. Like, I'm not, I got other people in this store. Get out of my store.
That's how crazy it was back in the day. Is like throwing people out of your store was like a badge of honor. You know what I mean? And it was so shitty because it should have never been that way. You know what I mean? Right. But like at the time, I didn't know any better. Like that was just kind of the environment that was there when I became a manager. So I was part of that. And then, you just kind of spread it. And then as the business gets bigger, you're like, this is really kind of fucked up, and you get away from it. But like every tax season, there's always, it's like I'd get a phone call from a store and I'm like, all right, well, what happened now? Like part of the fires that you're going to have to put out.
Right.
But the worst was Boardman. That was the worst when I first got it. And Rick was out there.
Okay.
Where Keelan came from.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I remember.
So I finally get Boardman.
76.
76, yep. So I go out there, and, at this point, Keelan had come over and gone back, and now he's the ASM or a salesperson or something like that, and he's kind of on his way out. And the manager at the time, on the very first day that I'm there, he's screaming at this lady, and she's yelling at him about the price difference on split box springs. She got a box spring, didn't fit, sent it back. She should have money applied to the split box. Why do I have to pay this? You guys should still have the $100 from that box spring, blah, blah, blah. Like, so she's saying, hey, here's the receipt showing my $100 store credit. And he's just yelling at her up and down. And then he goes, "Well, if you were a man, I'd beat your ass." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So yeah. So then of course, the cops come and she leaves and things kind of calm down and go back to normal. Well, then I get a call the next day and he's yelling at somebody else. And it turns out that that's kind of this guy's thing is it's his store and his world and you're in his house and he's going to make sure that you know that, and there's no way that he's ever wrong about anything. And it was just this absolute train wreck. And like a week later, she gets to me and I call her and I talk to her and all this, and she comes back to the store. She shows me the receipts. We go through it, and it turns out she was right the whole time. Like all we had to do was just do the refund on the box spring that she returned, move the money over, and she would have had to pay like the $40 or $50 difference that it was at the time.
Right.
And all she wanted was for us to just not have to pay the difference. She didn't want to not use her $100. She just didn't want to have to pay out of pocket because she'd already paid for delivery. And I mean,
Right.
you know how that stuff goes. Like they
Right.
pay the drivers, even though it's separate, but it's not really, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, we went through all that for $50. Was that really worth it? Like, not only is she never going to come back here, but anybody who was in the store at the time is never going to come back. So yeah, you just walk a whole store full of customers in tax season over $50. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And
God.
it was absolutely insane. And that was one where the VP at the time wanted me to keep him and the delivery team. We had a really crap delivery team at the time too that was way overpriced, didn't give good service. So I actually had to wait for the VP to go on vacation before I could fire manager and the delivery team. That was like the one time like I've ever completely disobeyed the higher up. I was like, you are wrong about this. I'm handling this. I'm just gonna do it when you're not around.
Dude, he's full of shit, Schweitzer. He did that shit all the time. He disobeyed everything you fucking
Oh,
I ask for forgiveness and permission sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you have to. Yeah.
No, I'm just. What was the?
Yeah, that's true.
Who was the VP?
It's Joel.
Oh, really?
At the time, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, and that's why like I didn't really like when it was Mike. It was okay. It was Mike, but when it
Bill Brady?
Yeah.
That's a good
So like
dude, man.
he is. That's why I felt so bad about it. But I was it was just one of those where the delivery guys I had dealt with when I had spent time out in Pittsburgh, and they were a problem out there too, right? And it was the same company that was running Pittsburgh, Carnegie, and then Boardman. And then they were also doing some stuff for Buffalo too. So they were kind of spread out everywhere, and they put Boardman sort of on the back burner where they were like, well, we'll get to you this day, and then they just wouldn't show up, and you got to call the customer, and then the prices were wrong, so then they're asking for more money, and they're kind of nickel and diming people. They weren't delivering on time, and it was just, and then I also had somebody that had worked with me for many, many years who knew the process and had a plan and was just, I knew they were going to be a better solution anyways. So I was like, look, you can't handle all these stores. Just stick to Pittsburgh where you're at. You're barely handling that. And if you can grow and do better, then you can get this one back or whatever. But it was like as soon as I think he was on vacation in the Bahamas or something like that. And I just ripped the Band-Aid off. I'm like, no, you're done. You're gone. Sorry. Moving on. And then that way it was like at least they were out for a week before he came back, so there was no way he would have done the oh well now my boys are back now that I'm back after vacation. It's like he wasn't gonna. I knew he wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Joel, man, I've never felt more supported though when he was from a VP. Like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like
yeah. Well, I mean, dude was wicked smart, and he knew that it was best to just hype us up and then get out of the way.
Yeah. And,
that's really what it was.
Bring us
Send us stuff, get us excited.
And then bring us presents when we do well. Like it was.
Yeah.
High five,
man.
It doesn't take much.
You can incentivize a much more long-term good performance than you can by punishing the bad behavior.
Although
like the reward goes farther. But
all that son of a bitch and his problem with my hat.
It was the hat, dude. It was the hat, and I'll tell you why it was the hat. Was because that was right around the time. So that year at the rally, the big boss had referred to us as a national brand. So the big push was to have the same experience in store 1 as you do in store 300, and really to just kind of, that's where we started getting into better buildings and the product got a little bit better. That's when we got retail point and we started kind of working on the polish and the shine a little bit more than what we did in the past. And that's where the customer service really got better. It was just, hey, just give them whatever they want. Give them whatever they want, keep them happy, keep them smiling, try and get a Google review. So it was all kind of part of that. But that was also when they started getting more and more remote access to the camera systems. So they really could pull it up on their phone and just look and see with the hat on. You know what I mean? So this is the one thing that's stuck in it, man. It is what it is. I don't know. You never had a problem with Steve. You never wore a hat.
No hat.
He liked me. No. I didn't wear a hat.
Joe loved me. What do you mean? Joe loved me. I just wore a hat.
Yeah.
Except for the hat.
I had a one time in the winter I was wearing a hat and it was like a beanie, but it was a Darth Vader beanie, so the front of it looked like Darth Vader's mask, and then on the back it said Vader, and I had it pulled down over my ears. And this was when Mike was the boss, and he calls me because he saw me walking around on camera with it. He goes, "Hey, do you really think the big boss would appreciate you representing the brand with that Darth Vader hat?" And I was like, "Dude, we got $100,000 in the bank already. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care, my guy." Like if that's where the line is, is this really the most important thing we should be worrying about right now in the middle of tax season, So, and that was kind of and little did we know that was the foreshadowing and the writing on the wall of things to come, where none of it mattered. It was just a train wreck, but here we are, chapter 11.
They're right. Yeah. Yes. There was a good period of time where I actually stopped wearing my hat.
There was. I remember. I remember.
And the Indians won.
I just couldn't.
The Indians.
No matter what I did, I could never get you to show up to work dressed.
No, yeah.
You had to show up to work and then get dressed.
But the Indians started losing a few games. They lost some games. And so I put it on because it was a big. It was just like one day I put it on and I had it on and we won that night, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm keeping it on.
Yeah, there you go. That's the most baseball fan thing I've ever heard. Yeah,
absolutely. The getting dressed at work. Yeah, it was. I mean, the office was kind of my closet.
Yeah. It definitely was.
I have after
so many years, I just, at some point, I just realized I wasn't going to win that battle.
Yeah.
Change your clothes.
Yeah.
So much shit in that fucking office.
Shoes.
Well, and I could never figure out. I'm like, dude, you're going to the gym. And at the time, you were going to Planet Fitness, so I know that they've got showers and lockers and a place to change and all that. I'm like, bro, just change at the gym.
Because
get a shower. Don't come to work smelling like freaking barbell sweat.
I am not a morning person at all. I am
obviously we've learned this.
So going to the gym in the morning, I was already going to be late to work, if you know what I mean. It was I got to get my workout in. I'll put extra deodorant on and I'll go to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to get my workout in. I had to do it before work, and it was, I didn't save myself enough time. I didn't have enough time to go, to shower.
It was what it was.
Right.
We got to that point.
It was what it was. I mean, the problem I had with it was at the time I was going to the gym too, right? So mentally, I'm like, okay, well, I figured this out. And what I was doing was I would get my kids on my kids on the bus, and then from there I would go straight to the gym at 7:30 in the morning. Right. So, but if you're not the one that's getting the kids on the bus every day, or if instead of going straight there, you go back home and, go back to sleep or jerk off for an hour and a half or whatever, it eats into that time. So I would go straight to the gym, and then from there I would work out, and then I had a gym bag and with my clothes in it so I could change and get dressed and all that stuff. And then I would go to the store after that. But, then I was like, okay, well, he's got the whole office filled with clothes and shit everywhere. So obviously he is not a gym bag person.
So, I don't know what it is with my body, but this isn't a work thing only. This is my literally every single day life. I could wake up at 7:30 in the morning. So normally I'm out of bed by 7:30 in the morning. I shit all morning. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know
I can
why.
attest to that.
But it's
Where's Adam? He's
I,
on campus.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But it's like I wake up, I have my morning done, and then I'll drink my energy, or like I get these like little energy packets instead of doing like pre-workout.
Yeah.
So I'll drink one of them and then crap, and then I'll have a second one, so I get 240 milligrams spaced out throughout the morning. Another one. But like it's literally just like all morning. It's all morning. But like then I don't typically, unless if I eat, and I really don't eat until later. I don't, but it's just all morning. That's all I. So get up, go to the get up, get ready, go to the gym. I shat twice at home. I get to the gym. Now I've drank pre-workout. This is even before I would drink.
Yeah.
Like this is when I would go to the gym. Drink my pre-workout to the gym. You know what that's gonna do. That's got an undefeated record at making you have to shit. And then I am not a morning person by any stretch of the imagination. I am not ready to go until about 1 o'clock. And that's waking up and that's waking up at 6-7 o'clock in the morning with the kids. I just it's weird.
No, I get it. I mean, and that's why I just kind of like at some point I just let it go, because obviously it wasn't going to change, and it was just who you were. You know what I mean? Like you can't. Not everybody fits into. The older I got and the more experience I got, the more I started to realize, like, okay, not everybody's going to fit into the box that I fit into. So you just got to kind of let people do their thing to some extent. You know what I mean? It's
it shouldn't even be a request. Who fucking shows up to work out of uniform?
It's
like
there is some precedent for this. So, and that's kind of why I let it go. Was in the military, it was actually a big thing because you would do PT in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. So like you'd run, push-ups, sit-ups, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't live in the barracks. I was married. I lived off in the housing. So what I would do is I would have to bring clean clothes with me, and then I would have to go use my friend's barracks room to shower and get cleaned up and put my uniform on and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But then you would also see like all the officers and the guys that worked in the office, they would have an extra set of uniforms there that they would be able to change into, once they got their shower, or if something happened throughout the day, you spilled coffee or whatever on your shirt, then you've got an extra one there. So it really wasn't that far-fetched, and there was a point too when I was a manager where I would have an extra shirt and an extra coat in the office in case if I was doing a truck, like some of those like the couches and the dressers would have that black dust all over.
Oh my God, right?
So it would look like you went through house fire. You're covered in soot head to toe.
Chimney
so then
sweeper.
I could get cleaned up and I could change exactly like a chimney sweeper. So I could get a shower, get cleaned up, and then put on a clean shirt after that instead of like, or not necessarily get a shower, but I would go to Northfield was the worst because it was always so hot in there. I would go into the bathroom and just turn on the sink and just run it over my hair, and then I would stand up and I wouldn't let it dry. I would just let it run down me, and then I could dry off, and then I could change my shirt after the truck because I was just your sweat head to toe.
Right.
But you don't want to go out looking to a customer. You don't want to look that bad. So it's like, okay, I'll have wet hair or whatever, but at least I don't have the dirt and the dust down the side of my face.
Which that's another benefit. That was another benefit to not changing at home is I would have like, oh shit, I gotta go in the back and do a damn truck. I would have my gym shirt that I could throw on and go back there.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bad excuse, but
no, but at some point it was just like, okay, this is obviously a battle I'm not going to win, and it's not the craziest thing on earth. It's like, okay, you're not showing up in uniform, but by the time you're in front of a customer, you are.
Right.
That was really where I was trying to get to. That, and if I could just get everybody, I think really, if I could have just got everybody to do a morning meeting every day the way Kamarli did, none of this would have happened. So really, I just wanted to take the time to make sure that everybody understood that really this is all Adam's fault.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Sell the stuff in the clearance room, pussy.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't take that one deal way back when. Oh my goodness.
It was like it was like $3,000 worth of shit, but it was all marked down to like $900 total, and we ended up not comping that day by like $700. So to the end of time, sell the shit in the clearance room. Damn it! You cost me a comp.
Yep, he wanted too good of a deal. I couldn't do the deal. I should have done the deal. Should have done the deal.
It's getting late, fellas.
It is. It is way past my bedtime.
Oh my
gentlemen.
god, it's already. Oh, we're right at an hour and 20 minutes. That's beautiful, and we got it figured out. So we got that figured out. Which this is about the runtime I like. I like an hour to 90 minutes, right around there. That's a good run time.
I'm gonna go.
All right, brother.
I'm tired.
All right,
But
guys.
Steve
I'll see you
is
next
out.
time.
I'll see you guys later.
Steve. Real Steve.
That'll be good.
Have a good
Later,
night,
guys.
Later. Oh.